Hi everybody, it's Chris over at Dixieland Farm, and I'm going to talk about my switch box. But originally, the way I had it planned was all the different changes I'm making, and it got really nerdy and in the weeds, and such a limited audience. I'm not going to do that. But what I am going to talk about is what this project is doing for me. So I had set up this box the way I like it, the design philosophy, and using it over time. I'm like, well, I wonder if I could do this, and I wonder if I could do that. And the pandemic, I think, has solidified for a lot of us the idea of being able to be adaptable and change quickly when you need to. So when I originally had this, I had a very set idea of what it's going to be, and it's modified. So I never thought I would need a transponder, and then as I was writing and fixing code, like, wouldn't it be cool if I had a transponder? Well, I can't do that. I'd have to add like this extra button to, but wait a minute, no, I can actually combine these things. So like a little light bulb went off, and when I was working on the code, I was like, an error that I kept running into was I'd be changing something and it would jump all of a sudden, and I found out the knob, it sends out like a bunch of ones, like 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, not like 1 2 3 4 5 1 2 3 4 5. You know, it's just a lot of ones. And as I was changing the knob and watching the output, I would see 1 1 1 1 1 6 1 1 1 1 1 1 4 1 1 1 1 1. So then I realized, well, I can modify that code to make it always 1. If it's greater than 1, the answer is 1. If it's always less than 1, negative 1, the answer is always negative 1, and that fixed a bunch of problems. So being open, thinking you've got it, and changing, it's been good. That's what this project has kind of helped me with this year, and also helped me to focus on something and learn something, right? So I didn't know how to code on a teensy board in the language C before, but I figured it out, and having that ability to kind of learn something was good to distract me from 300,000 plus people dying so far, right? And being able to show this off gave me a sense of pride, which probably a sin, but you know, I was proud of my accomplishment. I was happy to show it off, and I was happy to make a video about it, and I was happy to receive interest, very limited interest, that's fine, and maybe motivate somebody to take on this project. And I'm an amateur, right? And make them think of how they can maybe tackle something that they didn't know that they could do, and that made me feel good. And being able to fly with switches, even though it's in a simulator, you know, being able to focus on learning. Something that I've always wanted to do is learn how to fly. Not so much fly, because I used to fly in helicopters for years as a passenger, but still in the New York metro area. So I don't have the money or time to dedicate to really flying, but I always wanted to learn how to fly, and I did that in the flight simulator. So people say it's not the same thing, but you know, you can use simulators as hours logged if you use a FAA approved simulator. So the FAA thinks it applies for something, and I learned the concepts, right? You know, so maybe you put me in an airplane, I'd be rusty, but I would have the idea of what to do, more than you if you've never flown before. So having that as a goal and being able to accomplish it and push myself further, and it was a great distraction, and the distraction was important this year. Yarko made fun of me in a group, but good-natured, he didn't mean anything. But, you know, flying in the virtual air got me out of this house, right? We couldn't go very far in this house. Or all of us were, you know, the world was smaller, but not in the virtual plane. I was able to jump in and go around the world, and go to Florida when I needed to, or go back to New York to see family when I wanted to, virtually. I did a video about friendships and stuff recently, I met new friends, and if there wasn't a pandemic, I could have actually met up with a couple of them while I was on vacation. One of them I was almost going to, but plans fell through, and it's not safe anyway. But there's like an invitation. Next time I'm in town, we can do it. We're going to do it. People all over the world, and I was kind of streaming some flights, and I was able to help people, which that felt good. So this box is more than just a project for a nerd who wants to fly virtually. It was something to be proud of, something different, something to learn, a new hobby, a new thing to explore, a new skill. And also, like, this switch here was going to be for something, and then I realized I didn't need it. I started feeling bad that I made a permanent mark, but just relaxing about it, I realized, oh, I could put an LED there and make it blink the transponder code. Not very useful, but that actually gets rid of the problem that I had. Being creative, that was another thing. So that's what the switch box was for me. Told you, a different video. So I've added gear lights so I can tell when the gear is down, so I don't have to move the mouse and look. I can visually see it. I've moved my gear and parking brake. Being able to do that, I was able to move all of this now, which was a bunch of different things. I can make it my whole communication row to listen to COM 1, COM 2, NAV 1, NAV 2, as well as transmit 1 and 2. More immersion, being able to flip switches instead of clicking stuff. And, yeah, finding a problem and solving it, all of these things. That's what the box represents. So, from Dixieland Farm, take care, everybody.